Talk. What's up? ¿Qué está pasando contigo? Aquí estamos. Vamos para encima. Got the reissue episode. Good deed at a time. Chef Robert Sandberg goes into detail about his time coming up in Sweden as a young chef to working at Noma, where he spent a couple of years before going to work at restaurant Frantzen and being part of the team when they received their 3 Michelin stars. Interesting talk with these humble and wonderful people I know you will enjoy. Also tune in to hear about a special New Year's Eve event brought to you by Truffle Shuffle. That was when they did their buyout event with the Speakeasy in San Francisco, and they did it all virtual. Very cool. A lot of people attended. That was a New Year's Eve bash that they did. At that point, December 21st, I drove down to L.A. This was a time where COVID, very unsure. People were wearing masks and shit. You're not supposed to really be traveling, but I said, fuck it. I'm going to make this shit happen. So, you know, it's all these people that we judge that usually do the best deeds. Look at Guy Fieri. No one else helped the restaurant industry during the fucking pandemic. Who helps him out? A guy who wears his sunglasses on the back of his fucking head. You know what I'm saying? A guy that you look at and you judge. I've judged him. Been like, oh, you're going to open another shitty restaurant? But then look what he's doing with his profits. Look what he's doing with his money. He's saving people. He's helping people. And that's more than any fucking 3 Michelin star chef has ever done for the world, you know? Because, you know, when you're cooking at that level, it's very, I'd say selfish because you're serving other people. But, you know, you're also serving yourself a little bit, you know? But he has used his powers for good. He's very selfless. Like, in all the years of there being celebrity chefs, have you ever heard of another chef like him? Right? Him, Jose Andres, like, they're all in the same echelon of chefs who just want to help. And they're doing that, you know, through their various organizations and the ability to have a lot of capital. And that is what Sucio Talk will be at a certain point. All right? So with that, I leave you. This is episode 5. Robert Sandberg, cool-ass motherfucker. He actually opened up a restaurant in L.A. I'm going to look it up right here. Sometimes when I do the show, I'm like, yo, this show's got to be professional. Like, it's got to be fucking one shot straight through. At the end of the day, I don't have any fucking media training. I don't have a teleprompter. I'm the producer, the writer, the host, the lighting guy. I got to feed myself. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on here. So I want to make sure that you guys understand that it's a struggle. Is it an excuse? Hell no. I'm going to get this regardless. But it's going to take a while to get there. And I really, really, really do appreciate you guys for sticking with me. You know, sending me those messages like, hey, love the show, but the audio's a little shitty. You know, at the end of the day, I don't want to ruin anybody's fucking podcast, anybody's life story. I don't want to ruin that shit with shitty quality audio or video. Has it happened? Yes. Did I still go with it? 100%. I wasn't going to hold it back, you know, because I like to live through my embarrassments because they make me better, you know, and that's just how I learn, you know. Chef Robert Sandberg, Los Angeles, like Stone Cold Steve Austin used to say. You guys think that's a good impression of Stone Cold Steve Austin? This is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you're listening to the Sucio Talk podcast. Give me a hell yeah. Ay, ¿cómo está? Habitue. I'm probably saying that shit wrong. Dinners by invitation, bro? Hold up. Habitue, dinners by invitation. That means, bro, if you don't get invited to this shit, you don't fucking go. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta check them out. Probably got some cool food. Robert Sandberg, invite me to fucking Habitue Los Angeles, motherfucker. Go out there, eat some habichuelas from at your fucking restaurant. Let's go. I'll make you some mofongo if you let me in. There. And again, I want to do intense tasting menus. I'm not about delicate flavors, so I'm not going to start the meal off with a light this, light that, and then move into something heavier. It's going to fucking go boom from the beginning. You're going to be like, where do we go from here? This doesn't make any sense. And then at the end of the meal, you're like, damn, bro. You know? It's like some of that sex. No, I'm kidding. So, at first I was beating myself up for not looking at the camera, looking over here, looking over there. There's also this thing that I use. I'm putting this up right here. Right? So, I want to make sure that is doing the right thing. It's recording the video and the audio, so I need to make sure that, I look good, it looks good. Take things away, put things back on. You know what I mean? Some of this action, See, that's how I cover that computer screen right there. You see that? So, once again, where the fuck are we? We are at... So now we're sitting here with Robert Sandberg, chilling. You have a very, well, I don't know if this is true, but your name sounds very American. But you tell me. Is that like a common name back where you're from?
Robert is pretty common. Sandberg is, I guess it's
mostly the Sandberg.
As Swedish as it gets.
Okay.
It gets, it basically translates to sand mountain. That's what it is. My middle name is probably more American though. Gunner.
Oh yeah, his middle name's Gunner.
Your middle name's Gunner?
Yeah, but not Gunner like with an E, like with an A.
Okay.
Gunnar.
Got you.
Yeah, but it's in Sweden. That's pretty old and nerdish.
Sick.
Gunner.
So born in Sweden.
Born and raised in Sweden.
Very cool.
West Coast. Very, very small town.
What was it called?
Falkenberg.
Oh, okay.
A Falk mountain, basically. If you translate that also. Everything is mountain. yeah. Everything translates to mountain.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, your parents, like, what did they do when they were growing up?
They were pretty... they were working like many other... all the other people do. They were working in the... Not hospitality. Doctors and psychiatrists.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
okay.
It was pretty. It was a good grown up, but it was pretty strict, I would say.
Yeah.
They know
sure.
all the time everything bad you did.
Yeah.
They knew exactly why and why not. And, there was always it's a peer pressure.
So they're coming at it from like a textbook standpoint.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
Gotcha.
So they were always right, even if I never admit it.
Yeah. For sure.
But that's how it is.
Like, dude, the doctor, they're like, they know exactly what's wrong with you, health-wise and mentally.
And now, like, when you're older, you realize, like, they were right about everything. Like,
literally. Yeah.
It was not that they were extremely smart. They're grown up. They are, they know what's going on.
Going through the same struggles.
Yeah. Exactly.
How was it going, I'd never been to Sweden at all. Right? So going to school there, you obviously never went to school in the States. Right.
No.
So what was school like? Obviously, like you go to the classroom, sit down. It's all.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a good school. You do. Obviously, there's bad stuff. And what are you doing out here?
Huh?
Okay, that's right. Trying to make fun of me here.
No. I'm taking your video.
You're sitting and laughing and filming it.
I'm smiling at my own. I'm funny to myself.
Oh, okay.
I'm making myself laugh.
No, school is good. Obviously there's bad stuff going on also, but I think it's pretty chill, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wasn't the best. I was actually younger age. I was very quick learning, very smart, to be honest. And my kind of strategy was to work super hard for like 1-2 months. So like a book ahead, in math, for example.
Yeah,
and I can just chill out.
Okay.
Like perfect. I'm 4 chapters ahead of the other people.
Okay,
let's just chill now. And I never get back to when the other people caught up on those 4 chapters, for example. Then I was just like I was gone because I was too lazy after that.
Yeah,
didn't care. I just want to mess around. I was never fighting or anything. I just love to break stuff. I love when things break.
So I gather you like metal music then.
Oh yeah, metal music. I love.
Okay.
I don't listen to everything. Like I can listen to Celine Dion and stuff as well. But I think bottom line, metal is what gets me going, especially in the kitchen.
What was the first few bands that you got into?
I would say, like earlier, it was probably Kiss or Judas Priest, but then, like my all-time favorites is probably Pantera.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the Phil Anselmo, the singer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's badass.
That's what's cool about, music, because, you're all the way in Sweden and you love Pantera.
Yeah.
I'm all the way in, growing up in Meriden, Connecticut, loving Pantera.
Yeah,
so it's cool.
And it's also cool now when I'm actually in America and when, we've been in Austin and Dallas and like, oh yeah, Dallas, that's where they're from. And going to a Dallas hockey game and they're all like playing Pantera there.
Exactly.
Yeah, all the time. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And
it's cool that in Austin they like metal, because everywhere I've always lived, they don't like metal.
Yeah.
So
Austin's so young and progressive.
Exactly. But like everywhere I've lived, metal is like nobody listens to metal.
Oh.
I've been the only one. So anytime I talk to people that like metal, I'm like, hey man, what's your favorite band?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I kind of nerd out a little bit because it's like nobody else likes
just
it.
talk to Norwegian people.
It's the same
metal.
thing with me in professional wrestling. I love professional wrestling.
You do?
I am such a big fan
Like
of
WWE?
Hell
shit.
yeah. 100%. You look. We're on. You can be on this too. It's all good.
Oh my god.
Are you a wrestling fan?
So no, I talked shit about wrestling on Out of Bounds, and then Eva Marie came on and confronted me.
Damn.
And my butthole has still not unclenched.
Dude,
3 years later.
she's baller.
So then I had to go and actually be put through a WWE style fight, and this girl named her name is something Rosa. It was in like Farm League WWE, but she body slammed me and like did the chest slap and did the whole like flipping me, and then I had to go to a chiropractor.
Whoa! So they don't give you any training; they just sent you in there to get beat up.
Yeah.
Did you say it was fake?
I did. Yeah.
No. That is the worst.
I've actually seen videos. Yeah.
Did they put it on TV or anything?
Yo, it's on YouTube.
Whoa.
Yeah, it has like millions.
Is it like Mia Khalifa getting her ass kicked in WWE rings?
Yes.
That's so awesome.
It was this guy who flipped people with his dick.
Whoa. What?
His name, that's like his like gimmick.
I must have missed that
That's
one.
a weird sport.
That's a weird sport. He's like, you know what? At least you're calling it a sport.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like,
show.
The way I look at it is like, basketball season, football season.
Yeah.
These guys sleep for 3 months or whatever. You obviously still have to keep in shape, right? But for me, it's like these guys have to do this shit 340 days a year. Driving around from coast to coast, have to stay in shape, have to eat right, plus, operate at a super high level, or else your other guy dies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's pretty commendable. And the fact is, it's like, I look at it as like us cooks. You know what I mean? When you're a cook, you're an independent contractor, right? You're just working kind of for somebody else, but also for you. Yeah. And then that's what they do. They're just trying to grow themselves and basically promote themselves as something that can be seen, and you can make money off of yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like people don't care if it's fake or not. It's still a show.
Hell, people bet on it.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. I'm not going to sit here and bet on it. But the fact that you can call your bookie and bet on predetermined wrestling matches is insane to me.
It's pretty crazy, actually.
So you're in Sweden, and then when did you start cooking?
I started pretty early. I mean, as I said, I was very kind of messy as a kid, and like the friends I was hanging around with, they were like, it felt like I had the strictest parents. Like, they were always allowed to do everything, be out, latest and stuff like that.
So you would go to hang out at their house?
Yeah, hang out at their house. Yeah, I'm going to watch a movie.
I did the same shit, bro.
Classic. And then you did something else. Yeah, obviously. But now with my parents, they were like, on our when we were off school in summer or during Christmas and stuff, they were like, get a job or do something rather than just, as they say, hang around in town. Yeah. And my sister at that time was it like not maitre d', but like a restaurant manager at a restaurant and hotel in town. Yeah. Like, it was Grand Hotel, but in a very small shitty town. So I got a job there as a dishwasher. Okay. I was like 13, I think. And
13.
Yeah, very early. And it was like at the thought of like working first, we're like, fuck this. But then, getting in there, it was very fun actually, because my bosses back then, I mean, one of them, he's like still one of my best friends. And he's like 15 years older than me.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, it was like hanging out with people that had the same kind of grown up also. They were, you know, restless, ADHD, you know, want to be everywhere at the same time and do everything, all crazy stuff. And everyone ended up in one place, restaurant, you know. That's, I think, still how it is, because you don't need too much to get into a restaurant, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously on a higher level you need some experience, of course, but you can, with whatever background, get into a restaurant for sure.
Exactly.
So yeah, I ended up in the dishwasher there, and it was super fun, and helping out with different stuff, you know, waitering a little bit and here and there on my summer breaks, Christmas breaks, spring breaks, whatever it's called. And then I think a year later or 2 years later, it was in the summer, and it was this town in the summer is very busy. Like, it's a lot of tourism coming in.
Yeah.
So all the restaurants are, you know, insane. There's a lot to do. And one chef or two chefs got sick or whatever it was, probably a hangover, you know. Yeah. So I had to get into the kitchen and help out with, you know, doing easy stuff, cutting salads and, yeah, you know, the basic first stuff you start learning to do. And I thought it was pretty fun. And, you know, going from hanging out with a, you know, kind of front of house or to the back of house, that was like even cooler and even better, because they have like all these weird stories and kind of fucked up thing going on in there. Everyone was still, this was, I think, still back, you know, when alcohol and drugs was pretty common. I can just feel that it was a totally different story in the back of house than front of house.
For sure. And
it was fun, even if I didn't, you know, care about if they were drunk or high, or I barely know what it was. It was just fun to be in there, and I learned a lot, and I felt like I was a pretty easy learner. So I did that, and then ended up working the whole summer in the kitchen, and then, you know, after school and stuff. And then I applied to get into restaurant school, and getting in there was super easy. It was like, you need to pass 3 subjects basically, and then you're in. It was the easiest. So I was like, all right, perfect, I'll go for this.
Is that what it's called over there, restaurant school, like this?
Yeah, or like culinary school. Yeah, and the school is basically, it's 3 years. It's like, I think, high school here, or it's called gymnasium.
Okay.
But the first year was both hotel, restaurant, and in the restaurant was obviously, you know, back of house, front of house. Second year you choose hotel or restaurant. And if you choose restaurant, you're doing both front of house and back of house. And the third year, the last year, you choose, you know, exactly what you want to do. Oh, I want to be in the bakery, or I want to be in hot kitchen, or kitchen in general, or front of house. So that's what I did. And while I was doing that, I was just working on one restaurant, weekdays, and then another restaurant on weekends. So yeah, that's, I don't know, I feel like I kind of got an addiction to working, and it was always fun, and there was always that kick of getting into work. I still have that every day when I'm cooking for someone. I'm always nervous. I always have what do you call it? Like something in your stomach.
Yeah,
like,
butterflies.
Butterflies, or like a big, something heavy in my stomach. I feel it still every day, and
that's how you know you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I think so.
You know?
And also, it means also that I care, and I'm kind of not nervous, but, you know, I don't want to fuck up. I want to perform.
Exactly.
So I'm happy that I still have that, and I think from that day it's just always been, you know, always been fun to working, and I always wanted to work more and more and more and longer and longer. Yeah. And I think that's the kind of beginning of my career, I think.
Cool. Well, did you have any chefs at that point that were kind of, taking you under your wing, or when did you actually like start getting on the line, start touching food?
Yeah, I mean, that was probably when I moved to Stockholm. When I graduated school, probably, I think it was like a week later, I moved up to Stockholm because I got a job there. We were out doing internships in schools. We did, I think it was like 5-week periods. And I went up north in Sweden on a pretty big ski resort there. But one of the famous chefs, one of the biggest chefs in Sweden back then, he had probably 10, 15 restaurants, or all very high caliber restaurants. But one of them was up there, and I love skiing, so let's go up there and do an internship and work there. And then he was opening a new restaurant in Stockholm, and they offered me, okay, but you can get a job there. It's like, yeah, why not? So I went there for a trial, and I got the job. And it was just totally different, you know. It's like going from probably a small roadside diner to going into San Francisco and going to the big boys. So it was totally different. But I at least had tempo, I think, or the speed
Uh-huh.
from the busy.
To keep up a little bit.
Yeah, to keep up. But that was just a lot to take in. But it was so fun and total different level of food. Even if this restaurant wasn't, I would say, close to a Michelin star or anything like that, but it was very good food, and I love to go eat there when I'm in Stockholm.
Okay.
It's like kind of open fireplace. We did like weekends, 400 or 500 covers.
Same chef as when you were there?
No, he sold it a couple of years ago. But still, he's a legend in Sweden. And he's co-owner. I know very well now. And same the owner of there were two owners up in the restaurant and ski resort.
Okay.
We have good contact today as well, and they're super nice.
Awesome.
Very good friends. Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's pretty cool to see. When you're that young and you're working under someone that have no idea who you are and doesn't give a shit either.
Yeah.
And now, 10 years later, you act like, you're friends.
You're
actually.
friends.
Yeah. And they
That's
know
very
you
cool.
and they respect you.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, actually.
I remember looking at, I look at Costa and videos online, and then now, I talk to him every day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
his
I
friend.
text him, I email
He's
him.
chef,
You know what I mean? So it's cool to have that built.
It's really cool, actually. Yeah.
And then after that restaurant, where do you go from there?
After that, I went. What was that? No, oh yeah. So I had a friend who was from same town. He was very talented. I remember. I don't know what he's doing today, to be honest. But anyway, he was out doing like internships, and I think he had been at Noma or somewhere else in Denmark. But he recommended doing that, and I was like, yeah, why not? I like travel, and Denmark is pretty close, so let's do that. So I applied for an internship at Noma, and did that, and like looking back at it now, of course I wasn't, it was not the right, way to go, because it was just too much new stuff going on. I had no idea what it was, but I think I kind of learned pretty quick about it, and I start to understand on my own time or reading about a lot of that things. It was the new Nordic, of course, but it was just so much new stuff, like more, not really molecular, but it was pretty high end. Go from that kind of restaurant I worked at with more pushing out food to Noma, where it's like tasting menus and like 50 chefs or something like that.
Exactly.
It was just a lot, but it was fun, and I learned a lot, especially leadership and the mentality in the kitchen. It was. Back then it was super strict.
Yeah. And
that also it's a lot of that had changed.
Yeah.
Like now recently, but. Yeah, it was like a army kind of thing. It was cool. We worked insane hours, and I got offered a job, which I was really happy about.
How long did you stage there?
I think it was, could it be 2-3 months maybe? I think the minimum was like 2 months, so I think at least 2 months.
You worked with Juicy?
Oh, man, I know. I remember a lot of people there, but names I'm really bad at in general. But I see them here and there. It's like, oh, I worked with that guy.
Yeah. Oh, he was the chef there.
Who was it?
Dan Juicy.
Oh, yeah, Dan, Dan I know.
I shouldn't have said his last name. Like, but Dan.
No,
like,
I think
what the fuck?
Dan was, when I was doing stash there, if he was a stash also, but obviously a stash that, come by to, because he was probably applying for a job.
Exactly.
Not like me coming to learn stuff.
Yeah.
But either he was that or he was CDP. And then when I come back for a job, I think he was a sous chef. And then a couple of months later, he was the head chef when...
So it took him like under a year.
I'm not sure, but yeah, I know it went very fast.
Quick, huh?
Yeah, it was quick, yeah.
Yeah, I met him at a dinner we did at Meadowwood.
Yeah.
Friends of Ben Shuri dinner, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
But there was another dinner or two that we did with a chef from Comey in Oakland. I forget what that dinner was, but he runs the brigade in Connecticut.
Yeah, for the kids, right?
Yeah, for the kids' school food. Yeah, for sure.
It's very cool.
Yeah, we did, we need that.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
Growing up in Connecticut, school food, not good.
That's a stereotype also.
That's like...
What we see in Sweden, all the kids in America, they eat burgers and pizza for... every day.
It's disgusting. What are you guys eating over there?
Like Sweden? Healthy? Healthy. There's always, I think there's regulations and laws in school. Always, I think 60% of the food or something has to be vegetables.
Really?
Yeah, and there is.
What?
There's plenty to choose from.
Child abuse.
There's like
it trains you to eat good food.
Yeah, man. And there's like always when you're younger, there's always the cooks or there's like the teacher. They're standing there and quote unquote, watching you to like, okay, you got I don't know, 10 meatballs here now. Let's take some salad also. Stuff like that. Yeah.
You guys had regulators for lunch?
I mean,
a regulator at home.
Yeah.
I get judged every time I fucking snack.
Yeah, but that's how it was.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah, and
headmaster.
there's always potato. Has to be equal. I think we call it in Swedish it's called a kostcirkel, which is the circle of the meal basically. Like this, let's say 25% has to be carbs, 25 protein, whatever it is, and the rest 50% of I don't know salad and I don't know. You divide it up like that. So it's very good food actually. And
that's so crazy.
Yeah.
For us, it was like burger, side salad, maybe.
Coleslaw, French fries.
Well, where I went to school was a vocational program.
Yeah.
And it was, we had to cook the school food. So it was actually good. Like we made bolognese and like, we do like things like cheesy fries, but it'd be like legit bechamel cheesy fries. It wasn't like processed food. Shit, you know what I mean? But some of those high schools, man, you go in there and it's like, although I'm trying to recreate right now the chicken patty.
Let's see which one. I think
she knows what that's about.
The secret is in the bun.
Yeah, so basically it's basically a chicken farce that's fried and you eat it like a sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so but the way it is just it looks like a breast meat. Mm-hmm. But I want it to be like
more fatty.
Yeah, like chicken thigh meat and like that bite
for sure.
That like hot dog snap. You know what I mean? That's what I want. But
patties with chicken breasts.
Every time I go to work on it, it's like we have to close for some reason. So I like have to ditch the R&D and then we come back and I'm like, all right, well now I have to rebuild the restaurant.
Dish, man.
And then exactly. Yeah. I've been trying to change the fried chicken sandwich.
Yeah, next time we come up and you guys are open, you have to make sure that dish is ready.
Hell yeah. All right, let me know. Yeah. I love the pressure.
And I want my circle of
Because
right. You're gonna get your 60, 80, 20%.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I got you.
That ratio was only allowed in butter and potatoes for mashed potatoes.
Maybe. No, but that's what we had. That was something you learned from day one. It was everywhere. Photos of
Was there a chef cooking that food, or was it just like lunch ladies?
Fucking older chefs that don't want to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I hear you.
Have a photo
sometimes like you go to those schools and everybody knows the chef.
Yeah,
in Puerto Rico, my stepmom is the secretary at a school, and like
that's there. Circle.
Whoa.
Yeah. Let me see.
Right, he's showing me a peace sign right now. That's their food pyramid is a peace sign.
That into us in school too.
Dairy and shit.
But ours is a shitty pyramid.
Yeah.
They got
we had it also.
That has way more bread.
They got a nice little
I
pie
think we had a
chart.
pyramid also. That's it.
Eggs are very small on that one. So you're at Noma. What do they have you doing? What are the things that you were doing?
I was mostly in. It's a stash.
Yeah.
Oh, I think if I remember it right back then, this was the old location, obviously. But I think you started like a couple of weeks at least, or in I think it's called production or something.
Yeah.
Where it's basically like all the new people are ending up, on a 2-week or something upstairs, doing all the
picking herbs.
Yeah, picking herbs and stuff, like picking crab meat from shells. And, it's all the small, you standing with tweezers for hours and just picking. And it's, kind of factory work. It was, after the first couple of days, it was just like, fuck, this is so boring, But then when you start seeing more and understand that, okay, but this time leaves or whatever was ending up on this dish, and, you see the kind of the whole process in the kitchen. Yeah. So it wasn't that bad. It was pretty fun actually, and you learning a lot of starting to know a lot of people, a lot of chefs, from all over the world. It's always fun, and everyone wants to know about each other. Oh, where are you from? Where are you cooking there? And stuff like that. Then
so there's a lot of stages, but it's a kind of like a cool community of stages.
Oh yeah, totally.
Very
it's
cool.
Really cool.
Were you staying with some of them?
No, probably at the same hostel or something. But we were hanging out. I think when I ending up on the production the first week, that kind of group you were from the beginning, because we all basically started the same day. We hanged out on the days off and stuff like that. But I would say in general, not just Noma or other restaurants. I think it's a pretty good you say? I mean, you're getting friends pretty quickly, and even if you're a head chef or he can hang out with interns.
Okay, cool.
It's always fun. And you went out for
Gotcha.
karaoke or drunk nights. It was always fun.
Yeah.
Denmark is a cool city, and a cool country, and Copenhagen is for sure a cool city.
That's always cool.
Yeah, and so I think that's how it started, and then you all get divided out by on different sections.
And then when you came, did you do anything while you after you left and before you came back?
I went to help a friend in Stockholm with a small restaurant project for a little bit, but then I got an email and asked if I think there was someone quitting or something. That can you want to fill in this position? I was like, yeah, of course, that sounds fun. And also, I think part of the job obviously was the biggest reason, but also I fell in love with Copenhagen. It was such a cool city. And then I started I was in a pastry section. I think pastry and kind of snacks / canapes was sort of a shared section back then. It was fun. I learned a lot. I worked with mostly a little bit with Milton. Milton Abel. Mm-hmm. He's in Denmark now, but I think back then he left for French Laundry or Per Se maybe. But he's awesome. I learned a lot from him. And
at the time that you were staging, was the fermentation lab a thing?
Yeah, I think they just started on that
they just started
boat.
Doing
I
it?
think back then the houseboat.
Yeah,
it was next to it, but right there now it's big, new buildings and new apartments. And then who was it else? I mean, Rocio Sanchez, which is badass, super cool.
Yeah,
learned a lot from her. She's great. You met bunch of people, and some you have. I think we all are friends on Facebook, but I don't talk to probably anyone. Mm-hmm. You meet them here and there, and you see them here and there. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool, and you always catch up. It's fun. So it was a great time for sure. But I think thinking back of it now, I think I ended up there too early in my career. It would probably be a couple of years ago. It would be the best time.
Okay.
I think it was too.
Why do you say that?
I think it was just too new for me. Now, if I would go there now, I would understand. Not that I know all the recipes or know how to do stuff, but I would understand the whole perspective more.
Okay.
I think I did too small amount of basic stuff before I ended up there.
Okay.
Should probably spend a couple more years in a shitty place or more average place.
I hear you.
Than going straight from school working in some shitty places to a very good restaurant to back then what was it?
The best.
Yeah, the best. Some of the best. Yeah. But I mean, still, it was a great time. I loved it. It was just I think I just got very tired of it. At least I mean, I think since I didn't understand that much that I do now, I think I had to work way harder than everyone else because they were far ahead of me in knowledge and experience, and I think both physically and
that shit fucks with you a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
Because then you're like, especially when they're the same age as you or younger, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, fuck, man.
Yeah, this guy's 21. He's already the shit.
Yeah, and then but that also makes me not happy now. But the people that you kind of competed with back then, or you were not really jealous of, but like you said, like a 2-year younger guy who's like, fuck, this guy's a badass, and now he's working at a diner.
I hear you. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. I got you. I love that. No, I hear you. It does motivate you, though.
Yeah, it does. Actually.
When that other person that's better than you, and you kind of have that little bit of jealousy, you know, when you're young, and then now you get those same feelings, but it's not so much jealousy. It's more like I should be better than that.
Yeah. And also now it's just age for me doesn't really. I don't really know age. I mean, when you're younger, he's probably 22 and I'm 21, but now I barely know her age. I barely know your age. We're all kind of equal because we've grown up, and we. I think I don't see the age right now. So yeah.
You see these frown lines?
Huh?
You don't see these frown lines?
He's like, I actually don't know what age you are. I don't know.
28. No, you're turning 28 soon.
Dude, don't do that. Don't do that's fucked up. See, I've been in trouble with that before.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, I get in trouble at the airport because I'm walking through and all of a sudden the officer's like, "What's your birthday?" And I'm like,
You gotta know your birthday with a beard like
dude,
that.
I'm just like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I know you're picking me out. of the lineup right now.
That was the first
Just
thing I
look at
said when I saw him. Like, man, look at that hair and beard. Like, it's totally different from when I saw him.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally shit.
Well, I've realized that I look completely different. Like if I shave my head and just keep the beard, completely different from if I shave my head and shave my face. Completely different from if I grow my hair, and it's just all different types of ways.
Anywhere.
No, this thing right here, I'm growing it back. Afro Dave's coming back.
Do you do anything with hair, or that's natural?
That's natural.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's fucking cool.
I just pick it out. That's it. Yeah, my Afro pick.
You gotta save it up too.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, if not, it's like tight curls, and then the back, because it's like naturally heavy, it'll be like sunken in.
Do you sleep with a bonnet? I do.
No.
You should get a box cut.
No. Sometimes I'll sleep with a do-rag on, so
Yeah.
it'll make it like tighter.
Yeah.
But this is the first time that I am growing my hair again, long. So we'll see where it goes. Last time,
the box cut. That's pretty cool.
the flat top.
Yeah.
The flat top. I mean, this took me very short, so it kind of makes me happy that I could do this in like 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
That's only 6 months.
this is only 6 months. So, you know,
What is your moisturizing routine?
I use African black soap. Yeah. African
I
black
use
soap.
Slacking. I just use virgin coconut oil. I gotta step my game up.
Yeah, African black soap, the shit. I don't even know who makes it, but I know. First of all,
I've seen it on TikTok.
yeah, I mean, dude, it's good because I got the body soap and the lotion, so full circle. You know what I'm saying?
It smells so good.
So you plan to leave there, and was that a hard decision for you?
I think I can't barely remember. I think it probably was, but
Did you know where you wanted to go?
no. I think I was just like in general very. I don't know. It feels like my memory's pretty bad, but I remember I was very very tired. I probably didn't even know what burnt out was, but like borderline to that probably. So I think I just wanted to get some time off because it was just so much for me because I need to catch up on so much stuff and trying to catch up to everyone else, both mentally and physically. It was just it was very exhausting. But anyway,
How many hours a day were you working over there?
it was I would say the minimum was probably 15, 16 hours.
Mm-hmm. Was this 2 services, lunch and dinner?
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. That was,
Oh wow.
was
How many
insane.
covers?
Oh, when it was full, I think it was 45 plus PDR 15 or
Okay.
15 to 20.
Okay.
So like setting up for lunch and then in between service prep plus setting up for PDR and dinner.
7 days a week?
No, it was 5 days a week.
5 days a week.
Then we had Mondays prep. So it was like Sunday.
So
off.
6 days a week.
Yeah.
Got you. Now,
And you can do that, of course, when you're young and when I wanted to do it.
when you
It was-
want it.
Yeah, you want it.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't mind doing it now, but you're getting after 2 weeks, I'm dead.
Exactly.
You can feel like, and also it doesn't give me anything to work 7 days a week. Like full power, full speed. Like,
Yeah.
when you're that young, you're a doer. You're doing what people tell you to do and what you're instructed to do. But when you're older, you need to take your own decision and create your own food or be creative in general. You can't be that if you heads down. 7
Heads
days a week.
down, exactly,
It doesn't
yeah.
work. Like
Yeah.
you're getting tunnel vision and almost like robotic.
Yeah. And then when you think of dishes yourself or things you want to do is very much like what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you're like, you feel like a fake.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is not me. This is
Yeah.
not my food. This
No.
is like,
Exactly. And people can argue with like, oh yeah, you're spending 16 hours a day and putting time leaves on a plate. Like, some people that's what they want to do. I wanted to do it for a while, but obviously there's nothing I want to do right now.
Yeah.
But I totally respect people who want to do it, and
For sure.
it's their style of cooking.
yeah.
I don't. That's not my thing.
Yeah. So you left there, and where'd you go from there?
I left there and went. Let's see.
Directly into work, or did you take a little break?
No, I think. No, I had a friend who worked at Maemo in Oslo.
Okay.
Let's see now. So I ended up there. I think I did a trial there, or at Frantzen at the same. I can't remember, but anyway, I ended up at Maemo because my Swedish friend, he was working there. I ended up working there. It was very short because like 5 or 6 months in, I remember my sister got cancer. So it was a lot back and forth, going back home.
Yeah. Did the restaurant allow that with no...
Yeah. So Espen, I mean, he's awesome. We're good friends now. And,
yeah. Dude, he's a fucking big motherfucker, man. Motherfucker like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
With black army boots and shit.
Yeah.
I remember
black metal.
Yeah, we did 12 days, and he was like, I wanna see how the service goes. And chef was like, well, why don't you just like sit down and eat? He's like, no, I want to see how the service goes. Yeah. So he just sat in the back of the kitchen, like just standing there. And I'm like, you can't like blend in. Like everyone knows it's you. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't your night, but you're here and you're like, hey man, do it up. He's awesome. You know, he had a seat. But I remember he had a pickled salsify with juniper puree. Yeah, it was like a juniper yell, and I remember
lingonberries. I think.
I remember the guy who came with him didn't bring something. He was like,
I know what he's gonna have.
He was like, you telling me we got on a plane and we flew 14 hours without this in the bag? No, it's like
he's a one-liner.
Yeah, I was like, oh no.
I love him.
Yeah, his food is awesome, man. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
He has I had style. Just great memories from him. I love when watching people like him. He back in the days he was crazy like many other people, and I just loved watching that. Not that I love seeing someone get angry, but it's just stuff like that. Thinking back of that today, it's just fun for me. He was great. I had a great time there. But
he's passionate, Yeah.
And
at the end of the day, like his name is on the door.
Yeah.
So when you fuck up his thing, they're not gonna think about you. They're gonna think about him, right? Yeah. So it's like, of course you're gonna be upset.
I remember all the time it was something bad or something wrong. Oh, clean the kitchen.
Clean the kitchen again.
Again. Like,
we just cleaned it. No, clean it again.
Do it. Yeah. No, so he let me. I mean, obviously go home and then it was just like too much, and then the doctor said it would get worse, and then I was like, fuck, I can't just go and work 6 days a week and then on my only day off take the bus home 5 hours.
Yeah, that's wild.
I was like, I'm sorry, but I really have to go. Like I can't do this. But then a couple of months later, it was much. I mean, she was so young. She was like 25 back then, and she was all fine after that. It went away, and she got all healthy. So yeah, I'm happy for that. But I think it would be harder, if I would just stay there and kept working, and if it would get worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I stayed home for a little bit, and then a friend of mine had a couple of restaurants in a town, maybe 2-3 hours away, which was much closer. And I got like a good position there where I can, work more weekdays, and I can go home on the weekends and, really hang out with my family.
Yeah.
So that worked well, but I was there for like a very short while, and then Frantzen called and asked if I could get a job. Wanted to get a job there. I was like, oh yeah, why not? So I was like, okay, I guess I'm moving to Stockholm. Mm-hmm. And then I stayed there for like 4 or 5 years, and yeah.
So that wasn't your plan to stay there for long?
No, I mean, obviously I wanted to stay, as long as possible in the restaurant. I don't like when people just get in and out,
Yeah, for sure.
It's not good.
I think you need at least 2 years.
Yeah.
I think.
To learn the whole
restaurant. To really get the whole restaurant. Yeah.
It doesn't look good for anyone. Like, if I'm going to hire a chef that's been on 6 months on 10 restaurants, then I'd rather take someone that's been 5 years on one.
In one,
2.
Exactly.
Much better.
Sometimes I beat myself up because I'm like, man, I've only worked at 4 restaurants my whole life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like, how much time did you spend there?
Yeah,
like exactly. Over 5 years, you know, at most of them. So it's like,
I mean, just like what do you learn? And even if it's the world's best restaurant, what do you learn in 2 weeks? Yeah, you see herbs and small stuff. You never see the whole picture. Yeah, there's so much more.
The artisans get to meet people. Like
it takes a long time to master something.
Oh, for sure.
And so yeah, I ended up there staying a long time, and it was awesome people there. And we were the same team. We were 5 like core team for all those years, like best friends, which was great. Everyone did everything for the other people, for the other persons. So it was always awesome to go into work, and we hanged out when we were off. It was us 5, like that's it, and we just made it work in that little shoebox. And then we shut down for. Sorry, no, don't worry. You smoke, man.
He just his mother.
That's okay.
He threw me under the bus in front of his mom, knowing that she doesn't like weed.
Who?
This one.
Yeah. Your mom doesn't like
weed? When she came to visit, I was hiding
extremely
it the
illegal
whole
in
time.
Sweden.
like death penalty illegal?
No, not that, but it's prison.
Because in Singapore, they became for that shit.
They execute people every second.
Execute.
I think every Monday, every second week.
Yeah.
For
every Monday, is that what you said?
What?
Yeah, the first day of the week, every second week, I think it is.
For what?
Yeah.
In Singapore or in Sweden?
Singapore.
They execute people.
They execute people there. Yeah, I'm serious.
Monthly basis.
Yeah, monthly basis. Yeah,
Let's get this right. While you're paying for Netflix, people getting murked out in Singapore. Damn, I did not know that. That's wild.
Yeah, they're apparently very strict about it. I have people living there, and they say that, you know, I mean, the crime rate is pretty low, but they're still talking about, you know, some riot back in, I don't know, 95 or something. That was the big thing. Apparently, I don't know. That's just what I heard.
This dog is amazing.
Yeah, she wanna get your beard there.
She's such a mom.
Oh, she's awesome.
Bella.
Bella. So tell me about Bjorn.
Oh, Bjorn he's a great friend. He's a little bit hard to, I think, get to know. But I mean, after a while, and when you showed him
that you have what it
that
takes.
you have what it takes, and you respect him, and I mean, I guess it's like everyone. You know, some people takes longer time to become friends with them.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, after a year or two, then everyone was really close, and you can really chat as friends. But still, work is work, and you have to respect that. And
for sure.
I think everything with Frantzen is great. Met so many good people there and learned so much.
Yeah.
And
what were the stations like there?
I mean, since it was such a small restaurant, so we had like one on stove or hot section, and like 2 or 3 on the pass. Like 1 was expediting, and 2 were just like kind of plating. I think it was 3 actually. 1 pastry, and 1 canapé section, and 1 was on the pass with the expediter and plating, hot food. And then we had like a small amount of stagiaires that was working both, prep and service. So it was in general a very small team. The restaurant was the size of this room basically. Like,
oh wow!
That was it. plus prep kitchen that was half the size.
Yeah.
So this was it. It was, I don't know how many square feet, but it was like 90 square meters.
Whoa.
So
those are the best kitchens.
Oh yeah, it was great. You had
tight. You learn how to work organized because you have to.
I had this section. I had my salamander up in my face. Basically, you had 4 like burners, like 2. You had like just for like plating and organizing stuff on your section, and then you have like 2 that one that you were frying on, 1 like more like keeping warm stuff.
Yeah.
And you know exactly what's going on. When you hear, it's just like you just hear the tickets. You know what's going on. Okay, this guy's getting this now. Okay, let's fire the fish, or let's
That's cool.
It's awesome when you have everything within
arms
reach. Yeah,
you can
it's
literally
so good. Yeah,
somebody's plating, you could just turn their fish for them.
Exactly. Yeah, and you have
you
have your drawer with your mise en place. It's great.
Yeah,
that was a really really good time. And
so comparative to that kitchen, Noma's was much larger.
Oh yeah, much larger. And it was like more production, I would say. More. I mean, at Frantzen it was as much a la minute we could do basically. Yeah. I mean, obviously a lot of stuff prepared, and in that little shoebox of a restaurant, I remember the extraction system was so bad. So frying, let's say 1 scallop, then smoke in the whole kitchen.
Oh,
yeah, it was so bad. It was
one of those, all right.
Yeah, so we were very limited but we made it work, like going out on the street and barbecuing and in the middle of town.
That's what you do, yeah.
Yeah. And then neighbors complaining about noise and smoke and whatever, but it was just like, let's do it. Who cares?
It's like,
yeah. But then after a while, it was just like, we can't take this place any further. And they got an offer, I think, on a new spot more downtown, which was, 10 times the size, with 4 floors and R&D kitchen, big prep kitchen, bigger restaurant, lounge, everything. So that was great. It was supposed to be I think a 6-month break, but it ended up being like a year and a half, I think. And they asked us like, "Do you want to stay?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I want to stay." So everyone stayed. Everyone said like, "If you stay, I'm gonna stay." So everyone stayed. But during that time when we closed, everyone went out on different kind of journeys through Frantzen, basically. So like me and Max, one of the chefs, we went to Macau in Asia and did a pop-up there for a couple of months in a luxury hotel. So we did like a 12-seat restaurant, 4 days a week, just cooking signature dishes from Frantzen. That was very fun, actually. It was a cool trip.
Cool.
Some people went to Hong Kong, opening one restaurant there. Some stayed in Stockholm. It was a little bit everywhere. So yeah, that was a great year, and that's also when I ended up at Kong Hans the first time in Copenhagen.
Okay.
I went for a internship there because I've just seen them, and they looked like their food looks awesome, like classic and cool, tasty food. So I did intern there. This was just a couple of months before we're gonna start work for Frantzen, and they offered me a sous chef job. And I said yes, but I promised them I need to stay at least a couple of months at Frantzen to open it up at least. So I stayed the year out there, the 6 months, and then I left. Yeah, in December, I think 2017 or 18, to move to Denmark. Yeah, I ended up in your kitchen.
The restaurant.
Yeah.
So and then you told me that was the first time you had worked with Vanguard.
Yeah, I mean I did an internship for 2 months, but. Yeah, that was the first, actually with him. And it's pretty cool with him because correct me if I'm wrong, but I think most other chefs, they come with, many of the bigger chefs, they are not really cooking too much. They bring head chefs, sous chefs. Yeah. Mark is actually, he's like a line cook.
Yeah.
He goes there and I'm going to butcher all this shit by myself or do the sauces or whatever. And that's pretty cool with him because he wants to be in it. Yeah, he loves to be in it, and he's, I think, still to this day.
Oh, he wanted to serve the tartare. He was the one that was up there putting the gear through the grinder.
No, but I think still to this day, he's still the one at the restaurant that makes all the sauces and stuff. He's really good at that. He has so much knowledge in everything. I think in general, I think he's deserving more kind of not fame, but people. Yeah, he deserves more recognition.
No, for sure.
Yeah, he's a great guy, great chef.
Does he have any other restaurants or just that one?
No, just that one.
Gotcha. Now, during the pandemic, they closed? Or?
They just closed today as well, again, for the second wave. Yeah, they have to shut down all the restaurants again. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, we just went down, we just went to that, right?
Yeah, last week, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, up there in Napa, no.
No?
Oh, you guys are under
not
a
yet.
different mandate?
Basically, they're leaving it up to the county level.
Oh, okay.
So we haven't closed.
Oh, shit.
I talked to my mom in Connecticut, and she's like, "No, we're good. We're in phase 3. We're moving on. We're almost done." I'm like, "Fuck yes."
Crazy how different it is.
Yeah,
from state
I
to
know.
State, from
That's wild.
country to country.
But you got a lot of people in Connecticut. It's blue.
Yeah.
Everyone wears their mask. There's not really a lot of, doubt.
Yeah.
Michael Bolton lives there.
Yeah, Michael Bolton. Shout out to Michael Bolton.
Yeah. I love it.
Not the character from Office Space.
Oh my God.
Singer.
Oh my
Also known as Michael Bolton. He's like, that fucking guy took my damn name.
God. Oh, I love that movie so much.
How long did you stay at Lungard's place?
Oh, that was a little bit more than a year, I think. Then I met this my
That's
wife.
when you met me, and you were like,
"Yeah,
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here." No, it was we were. I think when we met first. No, I think we started talking in February. That was 2 months after the 12 days.
Yeah.
In December there, and then we talked for 6 months, and then she came over, and then we moved
In November.
Oh yeah, so yeah, not even it was like a year exactly almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the reason. Yeah, it was obviously a lot for her, but then also just when we started talking, and I just started work at Kong Hans, me and Marcus from Frantzen, the head chef, we started talking about maybe do something in America because he lived in New York before and ran Aquavit in New York, the 2-star.
Yeah.
And then he has his daughter here, and she moved to LA then with her mom. Mm-hmm. And Marcus was like, probably want to move to LA. And then I told him about her, about Mia, and that okay, but let's do it because I also have a good reason for that. And let's open something in LA. And yeah, we've been just working back and forth with different projects, and we had investors, but then they pulled out, and then we had investors again, and then pandemic started, and we almost bought a location, and it's just been up and down here and there. But now we feel like next year it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. At least start the project and hopefully opening late next year if the the pandemic and everything is
subsided by then.
Yeah, see, but yeah, that's the big plan now, and that's what we talked about now for like 3 years.
Yeah, it'll probably go till next summer.
Yeah, hopefully.
For sure.
Yeah, it's just kind of sucks when you're focused on something, and then when you're so close to kind of get the ball started, the ball start rolling, then some stuff hit the fan.
Yeah, man.
It's
the rug's been pulled out from under us for
a long time. And I mean, obviously I'm not the only one in this situation. I think it's a whole world.
I mean, I think you should look at it as a way of like, at least you don't have to have an open restaurant.
Oh yeah, totally.
That you need to make money, you need to lay people off. And,
yeah,
you know what I mean. That's when it gets rough, man.
That's why I'm so happy we didn't get that spot that we were looking at.
Exactly. Imagine buying that and then being like, oh, can't fill it with people.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, that's terrible.
That would suck.
Now, how long from getting investors to getting a spot till you're open? About a year? About 6 months? Like, do you know what you're doing as soon as you hit the ground?
I think we have a very good idea and plan. I would say we have all the numbers and stuff like that is basically kind of finished. I mean, obviously it's going to be small changes here and there, and it will also depend on location. Like how many people do we want to fit? How many people can we fit? Will there be still some kind of restrictions for the future? Will people still be worried about Corona, even if it's or being close to other people, even if it's a vaccine? Or I think it's going to change a lot how people are going to eat out, and I mean in general travel and eat. I think that's going to change a little bit. But I mean, it all depends on where we're ending up.
Yeah. You gonna take that vaccine?
I don't know. Maybe. What?
She's like, you better take that goddamn vaccine.
Yeah, she's like reacting.
She's like,
to everything.
It's like,
are you a fucking anti-vaxxer now?
Of course I am. No.
Well, he's never done drugs, so there you go.
I would probably get the fucking vaccine.
Well, you know what? Because I was looking at Lamb of God's Instagram.
Oh, Lamb of God.
Randy Blythe was like, somebody asked me the other day if I'm taking the vaccine. He's like, I've done heroin off a toilet seat. He's like, of course I will take the vaccine.
I've eaten a lollipop off a frat house floor.
See?
I will take I'm probably immune to Corona, but
oh, shit. I love Lamb of God.
Yeah. Lamb of God's amazing.
What's the drummer? Chris Adler, right?
Yeah. Oh. The way that they're like, they self-taught. They just learned how to play the drums, and then 3 years later, the guy's the best drummer in the world.
Insane, man. He's a monster.
Yeah. Ashes of the Awake is my favorite album. Oof, yeah. The song One Gun is like amazing.
I love what's the name? Omerta.
Omerta's good. Yeah, so I love Omerta.
Redneck.
Yeah, Redneck's good. Is that off Sacrament?
Yeah.
I like More Time to Kill. That's a good one.
Yeah, and the Foot to the what's it called?
Foot to the Throat.
Yeah. It's I always listen to Lamb of God when I'm working out.
Oh man,
it's so fast. It's so aggressive. It's really really good.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's like a good midway point for me. I love Cannibal Corpse.
Oh yeah, Hammer Smash Face.
But before you get there, Lamb of God. That's where I stop first.
Oh, Hammer Smash.
Yeah. Cannibal Corpse.
That was Joe Corpse Grinder, right?
Yeah, George Corpse Grinder Fisher, baby.
He's badass. But when you hear him in an interview, like with a baby voice on, it's crazy. But their lyrics.
I love the concerts, man. I've gone to a lot of their concerts. Brutal. Yeah,
I saw them for. I never seen them live, but the first time I kind of started listening to them a little bit was from the Ace Ventura.
Yeah, dude. It's funny because that was his favorite band.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I watched the movie when I was a kid, I never really noticed, but I know I like the music.
Yeah,
but I didn't know.
No,
I wasn't like, oh, I didn't put two and two together. And then
that was the Hammer Smash Face.
Yeah. I remember when I was like, I looked it up on YouTube and I was like, oh my god, and I went and bought the album.
Yeah,
that was it. After that, man, I was like, I'm a Cannibal Corpse. Fan for life.
They're very, very. It's a special band for sure.
So, can you tell me about your concept a little bit?
I mean, haven't really,
Do you know if it's going to be tasting menu or
probably no tasting menu?
Yeah.
I think that is. I mean, for me, I'm not really a huge fan of tasting menus.
Yeah.
I think that's in general just me. Like, I don't really like to be still for a long amount of time, sit down and. But still, I don't know if I want to be doing a la carte either because I have a hard time choosing. But I think tasting menu is, especially in LA, people don't really want tasting menus.
Yeah.
It's moving away from that. I think more kind of a mix in between there of like smaller dishes here and there.
Yeah.
Some mix between a la carte and smaller tasting menu, I would say. We've been talking about kind of working towards the membership kind of restaurant or club restaurant. Not like club music, but you
like now, man. We're just talking about metal, bro. Yeah. We're gonna lose all credibility.
Yeah. Well, more like a very ingredient or produce driven restaurant where don't follow too much rules. Like if you want to cook a awesome pasta, for example, let's do that.
That's what I like about Rustic Canyon.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
No.
It's like, I want to make this, they make it, and they fucking do it amazingly. I was looking at their menu today, too. I love the way they write the menu.
Yeah. They're really good. I like that.
Yeah. Man, the whole thing.
I'm thinking,
I'm going to come see you tomorrow. Rustic Canyon.
Rustic Canyon, man. I think in general, like, just trying to put the best thing out there, on the plate, and the way we want to cook it. And if we want to mix Italian with French or Japanese, like, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta do it our way, and trying to build a great space or a very good work. I mean, create a good job for people. Like, people should be happy there. And nowadays when the new, it's not like I'm super old, but the newer generation of chefs, or like, you don't want to work those amount of hours that we both have done, or for no payment at all.
Exactly.
People want.
It's a different world.
It's totally different
because and we have to help look at it that way. Yeah, because there's a lot of us that have done that are like, no, that's the way it is. Yeah, that's the way it needs to be.
And for me, I love to work. 16. 8, I mean, that's because there is stuff to do, and I like to do it. Yeah. But that's me, and there's a few amount of people that like that. But you have to see that the new generation don't want that. There is so many other options out there to do, and I mean, it kind of comes down to, okay, I can earn this amount of money working 40 hours rather than earning this small amount and working 80 hours. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, that's how it is. So I think creating a workspace for people that, they can be very proud of, and, they can commit to it for a long time rather than just in and out, and new chefs all the time and new staff all the time.
Yeah.
You're not gonna build anything great with people that just coming in and out whenever they want,
Exactly.
So, I think a big focus will be for sure on creating a kind of sustainable working place.
Good leadership.
People can be, good leadership. I'm not at all into, the shouting and screaming, and neither is Marcus. I mean, obviously, if you're doing something wrong, you should be able to be told off, but that's it. Mm-hmm. Move on from that, no harassment, stuff like that.
Yeah,
you've seen.
No hitting.
No, of course not.
No burning.
Oh, fuck that.
Holding the spoon to the range to burn you.
Well, I think we've all seen that, but it's just...
We've been abused, man. All right?
I mean,
it's all good.
Yeah, you heard the nightmare stories everywhere.
It's almost like, you know what, at the end of the day, though, like, if I really thought that it was terrible, I would have stopped it.
Yeah.
Like, it might have been stressful in that 2 minutes, but, it's like, whatever.
I kind of, I know many people think that, that's a pretty cool culture, back in the days it was so tough and here and there. But I can agree in some way. I love that mentality and the energy from that, mostly the energy.
Yeah.
And that's what I can kind of be a little bit sad about right now, because I know it's changing, and it's of course changing for the good, but I will probably miss that a lot, that energy or the mentality when... in a couple of years when we totally changed or totally switched this to a 35-hour week, then I will probably say it was better before. But
I feel like at some point, though, like, we can't go to that.
No.
Like, the work is never done, right? So if you're the chef, you do the work, and you're done when it's finished.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there's always more stuff to do.
Yeah, and if that's 40 hours, that's 80 hours...
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like, that doesn't matter.
No, you do what it takes to.
Yeah. It's something that Chef Costa always told me was like, the guests don't care.
Yeah.
The guests don't give a shit. whether you're late to work, whether you didn't order the chicken.
Yeah.
All the guest knows is that they came to this restaurant with an expectation and they paid the money to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like,
That's
it's
your
your
job.
duty
Yeah.
to give them that.
Totally.
You know?
I agree. And, that is obviously up to, management and stuff like that. If you need to, or, I mean, it's up to the head chef or to the managers, like, to kind of fix that. Like, yeah, if we need you to work 8 hours, that's how then we failed,
Mm-hmm.
But if we can make it happen in, working more shifts, or, and you're working 45 hours or 50 hours, yeah, that's of course better.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it comes down to planning and structure, and obviously, economy. It's not cheap at all to run a restaurant.
Yeah.
And labor is very, very...
Labor's the one that kills you, man.
Kills you totally.
That's like, to afford a good living.
Yeah. And I think in restaurant industry, that's probably the most common industry where very talented, very good people at age, or when they're getting older, they switching careers. I mean, you never see a CEO of a bank going to become a hairdresser, Like, you can see head chefs at very good restaurants that, recently got a baby, and now I'm going to start working at selling groceries because it's higher paid, and, you're working 9 to 5. So it's, I think the whole industry, needs to kind of work on that and change in some way. Don't know the solution to it, but it's a tough one for sure.
I think from the ground up, it needs a change. Because I was thinking about, my time at culinary school.
Yeah.
And really, I don't know how it is where you went to culinary school, but in America, it's very like corporate, right? They want you to be a hospital chef.
Yeah.
They want you to be a prison chef.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't want you to be a fine dining chef. No. They're not training you for that. So, I think we need to go back, and there needs to be schools where it's like, you want to be the best.
Yeah, yeah.
And kind of have training camps that train kids to go to fine dining places.
Yeah, exactly. But that's also the thing. I mean, it was probably the same in Sweden, and I can understand because teachers, they are pretty, I would say 99% of the case are older chefs that, tired of the, long hours. They probably have a family, they're getting better paid, working for the government in school, and, they're not super maybe creative stuff. They take their, work experience and show to the kids and learn the basics. But I think, if you can make that job sexy and attract more people, that would probably be super good. But or find good leaders for young kids or for culinary students. And for me, if I look back at my school, I would just I want more time out in the restaurants. It was so much more reading and stuff like that rather than out, cooking and staying at in Denmark has a great system. I think they're out 2 years, in 1 or 2 restaurants.
Yeah.
And when I started at Kong Hans, for example, there were people there. When I came in, it's like, oh, you're the sous chef, right? Like, no, I'm a student. Like, oh, you're great. You're really good. Like, you take responsibility. Like, they're like chefs there.
Yeah. Because
they've been there so long time and they know the restaurant. Like we talked about before, you don't learn anything in 2 weeks.
Mm-mm.
After a year, maybe you can kind of manage it, but after 2 years, you know everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I think so many good chefs come from Denmark.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people I know there, they're really good because they have a lot of old classic restaurants in Denmark.
Yeah.
That take care of students for a long time and doing a really good job with that.
You guys have a demeanor about you when you cook. I've noticed.
Me?
No. People from Denmark, when they come in to cook, you guys are very serious. It's very your demeanor, the way you carry yourself is very serious and business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I come from a school of let's be as crazy as we can be. You know what I mean? Focus on the food and make it nice, and no mistakes.
Yeah.
But I want all of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give me your, you know what I mean? So I remember when you came in for 12 days, I was like, I don't think he's happy about anything we're helping him out with. Like, I think we're fucking all this up. You know, I told Jacqueline, I was like, I don't know if we're doing a good job.
Jacqueline was a pastry chef, right?
At the time, she was a sous chef over there.
Yeah.
She took over CDC.
She was great. That's really. I was happy when I read that when she took over. Because I remember she was.
She's actually helping me at the Charter Oak.
She did. Yeah, she's great. She's super nice. No, I can understand, and I when you're talking about that, I can see, you know, Espen, for example, like he's very much in, like he's very when he's doing something, he's very focused. His whole body is focusing.
Yeah.
He's like moving, and he's wearing his fucking fast Nikes.
Yeah, exactly.
Bouncing around the kitchen.
It's a swag, man. Yeah, it's like a dance.
Yeah,
you know?
It's
like a superstar kind of.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's fun. Well, man, thank you very much.
Thank you so much
for having me, man.
It was really fun.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah,
do like that. Thank you.
One of those right there.
Fist bumps.
So
awesome.
That was Robert Sandberg, Mia Khalifa, joint podcast, first joint podcast. Thank you very much.
Oh, was this the first one?
Well, the first one with two people at the same time.
I butted into yours.
The first, you know, 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 you know. You know,